Oh, shit. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, so what is going on? Ride, rain and wind and weather, hell bent for leather, wishing my girl was by my side. I love that shit. Remember, if you want to, what up, Trey? How you doing, brother? If you want to interact with me, you need to comment on the Mr. Hydration broadcast of this stream, because if you comment on my Raul Contreras page, I'm not going to be able to see your comments. Number one, right? All right. Numero dos, I'd like to give out some shout outs to some sponsors. They're not necessarily people that pay me. I don't get paid. I just like advertising for them because I appreciate them. You know, they've helped me out throughout my time. Oh, what is going on here? Why are you doing this? Huh. Hold on, let's get this light fixture. Boom, boom. No, you don't want to work? What is up with you? This is weird. Everything's plugged in, right? Huh. Like a machine gun light. You know what? I'm just gonna do natural light. I'll be back. Okay. All right. Now I don't need this light fixture. I can turn you off now. All right. That should be good. Should be golden. Cool. All right, we got it. So I need a new light fixture, obviously, with all the issues that I'm having lately. But I want to give out some shout outs to people that have supported me through the years, and I thoroughly enjoy them. So number one, DJ Slim. He entertains any and all events. If you need any kind of sound, maybe you need music for your wedding or your bar, your birthday, bar mitzvah, whatever it is, doesn't matter. He is there to help you out. Make sure you get a hold of him for any and all your entertainment needs. And sometimes I work for him. So I could be up there performing, singing, DJing, MCing, doesn't matter. He's a great guy, great dude. Make sure you get a hold of him at 815-257-2601. Again, that's 815-257-2601. Up next, Kevin Killalea, K Squared Imagery. Looked him up on Facebook. It's K Squared Imagery. K, or the letter K, the word squared, space, imagery. Kevin Killalea, he's the guy that shot my first music video. If you go to YouTube and look up Victor Raul Superhero, you will find that music video. He's a really cool guy, really cool cat, and likes to work with people, and is very, 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 very helpful guy. Knows what he's doing. Up next is Sup Marf Studios. SUPMARF. Sup Marf Studios. Look them up on YouTube. They did my second music video. His name is Murphy Elias. He not only shoots music videos, he also does engineer work as someone who records music. He produces music. He helps write music, create music. He's a genius when it comes to working on music in general. The dude is just an all-around genius. He's even creating his own game. Like, the dude's just a genius. I could go on forever about this man. But if you want some help with anything related to that, please get a hold of him. Sup Marf Studios. SUPMARF Studios on YouTube. Really, really cool people. Check them out. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Hard Rock Radio Network. It's where I began podcasting. The Hard Rock Radio Network. They're a bunch of great, usually, up until I started doing these, until I started doing my own podcast, I was on their shows every Saturday night. They call the Weekend Work Release Program. It's on at 7 p.m. You should go to Hard Rock Radio or the Hard Rock Radio Network on Facebook. You can look them up. They've got a huge following, great fan base. The show is awesome. It's just a bunch of friends shooting the shit. Make sure you check them out. HRRNrocks.com. Again, that is HRRNrocks.com. And if you want to get a hold of them, it's 815-495-5070. That took me a minute to get 815-495-5070. If you want to call in and shoot the shit with them while they're on live. Also, this Sunday, I'm going to be at Allie Ann's Pub in Dwight, Illinois. I'll be out there performing. And, dude, I am so excited because I have so everyone knows we got the stimulus check, right? Well, I've been putting that to the side, and I just have wanted to do something productive with that money. I wanted to do something super productive with that money, but I didn't know what I could do, what I would do. And so now I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm going to buy gear. So I'm going to buy a looping station. I don't know if you guys know Ribble, Mark Ribble, I think is his name. He makes his own beats, and it's always like looping stuff. And I've always wanted to do it because I'm good at making up music on the fly, and just having a means to do that with a looper would be amazing. So I'm going all into this. I'm buying a MIDI board. I'm buying a mic stand. Obviously, I already have a guitar. I have a gear here. I'm also buying the looper. It's a really, really nice looper. I think it's called the Boss RC 505. Beautiful system. I'm going to go pick that up tomorrow. I'm super excited for that. Super duper excited for that. And I'm going to debut it. Dang it. Hold on. Jeez. Man, I gotta start thinking of this shit beforehand. But anyway, I'm gonna debut my gear Sunday because I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. But if you want to come check it out, it will be in I'm sorry, the sound went out. Can you guys hear me? I hope not. I hope my sound didn't go out. That would suck a lot. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to be debuting that at Allie Ann's Pub in Dwight, Illinois. If you want to come check me out, please come hang out. Support the man. I'm doing my best to get out there, make it as a musician, also an entertainer, an interviewer, a fight promoter, a really all around just public figure, I guess, in a positive light. I do my best. So if you want to come and check it out, I'm excited to see what I can do. I'm sure I'm going to mess up a lot of times, but it'll be fun anyway. It doesn't matter. I could not explain to you how excited I am. I'm very excited for this. But anyway, so that's going to be happening April 11th. Also, Sugar Creek Music Festival, the family gathering, is going to be the week afterwards. So next Friday, I'll be heading over to Sugar Creek. And I'll be jamming out there as well. I'll be bringing my gear. Hopefully I can get up there and do my thing. You know, I'm pretty pumped about it. Very pumped about it, actually. Very, very excited. What's next? Ooh, Skydive, the Falls Fest 3.0. That is a 2.0 shirt. If you want to jump out of a plane, if you want to go skydiving, or maybe you're already a skydiver and you're looking for a boogie to go to, go to this boogie. July 15th through the 18th. I promise you'll have a hell of a time. And you know what else? I'm going to be entertaining there every night. We're going to be doing competitions. We're going to be doing like one of my favorite things to do out there is just get creative with the things that we're able and capable to do, because all these people, I mean, they're skydivers, dude. Like, these are people that know all it takes is one wrong mistake, one real bad mistake, and that's your last jump. So there's a certain love of life that is surrounded in the energy that is created there. It's something to go and witness. It's something to go be a part of. And jumping out of a plane, dude, that is so fun. If you haven't done it before, come and do it with us. It's in Niagara Falls. It's camping all weekend. There's going to be food. There's going to be entertainment. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's an amazing time. If you want to go and have some time, invest in yourself, and have a good time doing it, go skydive. It'll be a great time. Again, that's Skydive the Falls, and that's a 2.0 shirt. You can actually see it right there, 2.0. We're going to be going to the 3.0, all right? I've been there since 1, 2, and now 3. Let's get it done. July 15th to the 18th. And July 23rd through the 25th, I believe, is Phoenix Fest. And I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be jamming it up. I cannot wait because now, especially with this new gear that I have, dude, there's so many new possibilities to what I can do. I can now mix my own beats. I can now do my own loops. I can now create music that I would not normally be able to create, but have the capabilities to do so. Now I get to do it. And I get to do it on stages to huge crowds, to people that just want to be there for the music. And you should come and join me. You should absolutely come and join me. It'd be a fun time. And I could go on forever. That's going to be at Tall Tree Lake in Vienna, Illinois. It is a great campground. I ended up running around the lake for the last festival that I went to there. Dude, it was a beautiful fucking lake. I mean, they have this old school like bar type area. It's a barn kind of thing that they turn into a bar that has like a stage in it. So old. They have front pages there on the walls from when JFK got shot. Dude, it's that old. It looks cool as hell in there. I'm telling you, you want to go check it out. It'll be a fun time. And again, Allie Ann's in Dwight, Illinois. Check it out. Sunday. Come hang out with me, man. Sunday fun day. We'll do it together. It'll be a great time. And then you know, let's see where the world takes us. Woo! Okay, I think that's it. I also want to give a shout out to Team Too Strong, always represented over there in PFC. PFC, by the way, if you don't know what PFC is, it's Pure Fight Club. Their moniker is Gloves Up, Guns Down. And it's a great organization doing their best to really relieve the stresses of being in such a high intensity environment where instead of going out and grabbing a gun and taking care of business, you know, you're getting in the ring and you're punching people, you're fighting people, you're letting your frustrations out through competition. And I think that's a beautiful thing that they're doing out there. Peoria Fight Club, please check them out. Great place. And of course, Team Too Strong, Lucas Too Strong being the head of that, in conjunction with Rodriguez BJJ out of LaSalle, Peru, Illinois. They're just a great team, great group of guys. I love hanging out with them. Sometimes we watch the fights together, and in terms of like UFC fights, and I've been down there for one of the fights to interview the fighters afterwards. It was a great showing. Unfortunately, the last PFC event that they had fought at ended in some controversy, which I think they need new judges for sure. I think there's a lot of they either need new judges or they need a better viewpoint for the judges, because they're just right next to the ring, and it's not really a ring. If you've seen the PFC fights, it's not really a ring. It's a pad on the ground, and then people surrounding it are acting as the ring. So I think either they need new judges or the judges need a new vantage point, because there's a lot of these decisions that they're coming out with I'm not necessarily a fan of, and I'm not the only one that's not a fan of it. But at the very end of the day, as a fighter, you do not want to leave your decision to the judges. You don't want to leave it to the judges. You want to finish those fights. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, at least they're going out there and having these fights. At least the organization is available for people to go out there and relieve their stresses and compete, get better at what they do, and then eventually move up in the world of boxing or kickboxing or wrestling or MMA. You know, they hold any and all combat sports there. As long as two people agree, meet in the middle, shake hands, let's go. And that's what it is. It's a really great organization. I appreciate it. All right, so those are the shout outs I want to give. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm looking around just to make sure that I got everything. I write little notes for myself, mostly on this pad, but I still write notes for myself, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about tomorrow's fights. Oh, let's talk about tonight's fights, by the way. Bellator MMA, underrated. Underrated as hell. In case you guys didn't know, Bellator MMA is a rival organization to the UFC, and I mean rival. I mean, just for an example, Michael Chandler was bred basically in Bellator MMA. He ended up testing out the free agency, got signed on by the UFC, and is currently booked to fight for the lightweight title in his second fight in the organization. That says something about Bellator. Now, Michael Chandler winning, holy fuck, that says something even greater about Bellator and the product that they have and the quality of fighters that they have in their organization. I'm high on Bellator. I really, really appreciate them. I don't think they get nearly as much coverage. Obviously, I'm a huge UFC fan. I am, of course, but I do check out the Bellator fights every time I can. I just wish they had more coverage and more, or I should say, I wish they had better coverage of their fighters and the fights that are going to be happening. It seems like they're still trying to get their niche, or at least catch on to a niche of what they're doing and help build it and create it, because the UFC's been at this since the beginning. I mean, the UFC started basically MMA. They didn't really. There was still like um what is it? Lucha Libre? No, what? Vale Tudo. Vale Tudo. There's still Vale Tudo in Japan. I think it was Japan or Brazil. But they started essentially MMA. But then what UFC is what blew up. UFC is what made it worldwide known. MMA, and if you know what MMA stands for, it's mixed martial arts. It's one of my favorite organizations, but they've been at it forever. I mean, they started in 1992. That's almost 30 years. 29 years old right now. Bellator has been around for 7, maybe 10, 15. I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna go 10. Probably more like 13, but they've been around. They've been around for less than half of what UFC has been around for. So tonight it's going to be headlined by Ryan Bader versus Lyoto Machida. The first time they fought, Lyoto Machida knocked Bader out cold. It wasn't as nearly as competitive as I thought it was going to be the first time around. But the second time around, I'm putting my money on Ryan Bader. Number one, he's really like honed in his skills. He's really come into his own. His mentality is a lot better than it was then. It felt like he was just trying to get in there, in and out, in and out, in and out every time. He would just get in there, grapple, fuck you, and then do his best to take you out of there or win a decision. But it didn't seem like he was as confident in his hands as he should have been. And I think his confidence in his hands has grown exponentially. I think he's on another level in terms of striking. Machida is on the downside of his career. 42 years old, 41 years old, something like that. I mean, the dude's been around. He's a former UFC light heavyweight champion. He's coming over here, fighting at light heavyweight as well. And well, let's see what happens. Let's see how this fares for him, because I mean, Lyoto Machida is he's a legend in his own right. Win or lose, like you can't take away what he's done at all. You cannot take away what he's done. He's an amazing fighter. Amazing fighter. I can't wait to see what there is to do, what there is to see, and what he brings to the table. I'm very, very excited to see what he brings to the table. But my official prediction is Ryan Bader getting it within the distance. I think he finishes Machida this time. I know Machida has this stigma about him that he can't win a rematch, which is not factually wrong. Every rematch he's had, he's lost. I want to say that's true. Yeah. I think every rematch he's had, he's lost. And I don't see this going any differently. But he's also having these rematches later in his career. Like it's not like they're immediate rematches, except for the one that he had with Shogun. That was immediate, and he did get knocked out in the second go around. And arguably, he lost the first one. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, let's move on to tomorrow's fights. Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Holland is headlining this only because Darren Till had to pull out with an injury. Darren Till, if you don't know him, he's a 170. He's a welterweight that moved up to middleweight. I mean, he was cutting so much to get to welterweight. I don't blame him that he went up to middleweight. But he's moving up. He already moved up. My bad. He already moved up. He was scheduled to fight Marvin Vettori. Unfortunately, he had to pull out. And who comes in? Big Mouth himself, man. How can you hate this guy? I know his last showing wasn't the greatest. I know that. He got dominated. He basically got manhandled the whole time on the ground by Derek Lewis, or not Derek Lewis, Derek, fuck, I forget his last name, but which is terrible because I know Kevin Holland's name, but I also have it written down, whatever, is what it is. Anyway, so he's stepping in. I think he just fought 2 weeks ago. He's coming in here and he's going to be fighting Marvin Vettori, dude. That's a savage right there. That's a savage. Kevin Holland versus Marvin Vettori. That's the main one. But let's start with the first fight on the main card. Mike Perry versus Daniel Rodriguez. Mike Perry is a fighter's fighter. That dude doesn't care. He's going in there to fight regardless. He's not making it look pretty. He's trying to bring you to war. He's trying to scrap as much as he can with you. He's trying to bring you into his world, which I think he's gonna make it happen. I think he's gonna make it happen. I think he just has an air about him recently. I know he's had troubles finding a home in terms of like a gym and really having a good training camp. And I think he finally came into his own. And I can't wait to see what happens, man. I like Daniel Rodriguez a lot. I'm a big fan of his too, but I just feel like Mike Perry's going to take that one. So my official prediction is Mike Perry, and I think it goes to a decision. I don't think he finishes him. Up next is Nina Ansaroff versus Mackenzie Dern, but I think she got married actually. I think it's now Nina. She's married to the 135, 145 puncher, Amanda Nunes. I think it's Nina Nunes. I think that's her name now. But she used to be known as Nina Ansaroff before they got together. And they had a baby. So this is going to be her first fight after having a baby, which is kind of funny because Mackenzie Dern, immediately after having a baby, came out to fight. So it's kind of funny how like her first fight back is with another person who did the same thing. And I can't wait to see what happens. Mackenzie Dern's a beast. She's underrated. She's got great skills on the ground. She is a multiple-time world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, translates it over to MMA, was undefeated until she met up with the fellow Jiu-Jitsu ace, and she lost that one. Nina Ansaroff, however, is on a decent win streak, and this is my current deciding factor. She is the wife, the training partner of Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is consensually, is that the word? Universally known as the greatest women's fighter of all time. She beat all the legends, literally all of them. She beat every former champion in the UFC in her weight classes. She's taken the belt. She's defended the belt. She's not only defended the belt, she's defended the belt in both weight classes. And as far as I know, I think she's the only one to really do it. I mean, DC kind of did it, but DC was never really the light heavyweight champion. He never beat John Jones. So I don't know how much I agree with him being the first one to do it. But Amanda Nunes is, and Nina Ansaroff is her training partner. That is her training partner. That is her wife. That is the person that she cares about the most. So she's going to be getting in there and getting these rounds in with Nina. And I know Mackenzie Dern has skill. I know she's great on the ground. I know her hands are getting better. But what better training partner than the woman who's been just destroying all these legends? That is her main training partner. So I'm going to go with Nina Nunes. I guess is it Nina Nunes Ansaroff, right? Because maiden name comes after the new last name. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Nina Nunes Ansaroff to defeat Mackenzie Dern, and I think she does it within the distance. I think she finishes her within those 3 rounds. Up next is Sam Alvey versus Julian Marquez. 2 of my favorite fighters. They're so exciting. Both of them knockout artists. Both of them going in there to fucking swing and bang. You know what I mean? Smiling Sam Alvey is a man who's known to he's in there to fight. He loves to fight. He loves to get in there and swing on them. He loves to knock people out. He is in love with his power. Don't get me wrong. He's not afraid to go to the ground, but his bread and butter is on the feet. And same with Julian Marquez, man. The Cuban Missile, I think is what he calls himself. The Cuban Missile, dude, or Cuban Missile Crisis, something. I forget his nickname, but either way, the dude's a monster. Like, he was easily losing his last fight to Miko Pitolo, but he came back. I mean, this he's a dog in there. He's got heart. He's not willing to just like lay down and die. You know what I mean? He's in it to win it. He's got heart. So does Sam Alvey. This is the most what would you call it? Pick'em fight for me. I don't know who to pick on this one. I love Julian Marquez. I love Sam Alvey. They're both exciting fighters. They're both in there to get the finish. They're both unafraid to get it there and test their mettle, if you will, against each other. I think it's going to be a war, but I don't think it's going to be a long war. I think it's going to be finished within the first 2 rounds. I think at the latest, halfway through the second round. I don't think it goes the distance. I think one of them gets knocked out, and it really just depends on who has a better chin. And I have no idea who has a better chin. I have no idea. I have none. I am totally at a loss for words on this one. What is up with my face? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh man! All right. Well, hold on. Let me fix this. I don't like this lighting real quick. All right, I'm done. But anyway, so I have no idea who's going to win that. I'm going to go with, I always go with the person that I like the most. And I like Sam Alvey the most. But I'm going to go against it because I keep on losing the majority of these cards because I pick my favorites. I pick the people that I enjoy, the people that I want to win. I'm not picking the people that I really think are going to win. And I think Julian Marquez is going to take this one. Hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm going to go Julian Marquez on this one. I'm going to circle mine because last time I thought I almost got them all wrong. But I didn't. I was lucky. All right, so now up next is Arnold Allen versus Sadiq Youssef. And I really like both of these guys. This one's going to be an easy pick for me. I'm going to go with Arnold Allen on this one. He always finds a way to win. Kind of like Julian Marquez. He's got heart, never quits. He gets in there. He hasn't lost in the UFC yet. Sadiq Youssef, great fighter. I love his mettle. I'm a real big fan of his, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to go with Arnold Allen on that one. I'll circle him right now. And the main event of the evening, Marvin the Italian Dream Vettori versus Kevin Trailblazer Holland. It's time! I can't wait to hear that, dude. I'm super excited for this one. I mean, I'm super excited for all these fights, to be honest with you. I really am. It's a great fight card. Great fight card. And I'll tell you what, man, the prelims are pretty bomb ass too. You should, if you're into watching the whole fight card, if you're the type of people that really like starting from the beginning, this is the fight to do it for. This fight card is just littered with great fighters, with big names. It's going to be a great fight. All right, so anyway, Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Holland. Fuck, this one's hard for me because I just seen what happened to Kevin Holland, but I don't think he was ready. And obviously coming off of a loss, you got that bitter taste in your mouth and you want to get rid of it. Well, it's kind of hard to get rid of it against Marvin Vettori. He's the man. I mean, he arguably won his fight versus Israel Adesanya. Arguably won that fight. I mean, he handled what the fuck was his name? The dude he just fought last, and I forget his name. But anyway, he handled his last opponent pretty handedly. He didn't really have too much trouble in there. Yeah, it was back and forth, but it was always in his court. You know what I mean? The ball was always in his hands. He always had the upper hand in one way, shape, or form. Kevin Holland, however, lost his last one, and it was by a long margin. I mean, he did not do well in that fight, really at all. Like, I know he says that Derek didn't do much while he was on the ground, which is true. He didn't do much, but he did hold him there. He held him there. He controlled him there. He was pepper shotting him. There was a lot of holes in his game that were exposed in that fight, and these are holes that Marvin Vettori could easily handle. I mean, he's known for taking people down, ground and pounding. His striking is better than Derek's, I think. Derek might have more power, but Marvin Vettori is slicker for sure on the feet. Who I think is going to win this one? I think it's going to be pretty easy pick for me for Marvin Vettori. But don't be surprised if Kevin Holland pulls up the upset. There is a lot to say about a man who's willing to step in the ring 2-3 weeks after he just lost a devastating loss. He's not going in there to lose. He's going in there to win. He's going in there to make a statement. And it's going to be a pretty loud statement if he gets it across, if he gets past Marvin Vettori. And the only way he finishes fights are exciting There's no way this is a boring fight. And if it is a boring fight, then Kevin Holland has a lot of things to reconsider. Because I mean, look what happened to Stipe, or not Stipe, Francis Ngannou after he lost to Stipe the first time. He became really gun shy and ended up fighting one of the most boring fights in UFC history. And that's not an exaggeration. Go watch the fight. Him versus Derek Lewis is pretty bad. It's pretty bad, really bad, actually. So my official pick is Marvin Vettori, and I think he wins a decision. I don't think he finishes Kevin Holland. It's hard to finish Kevin Holland, but who knows? Maybe he does. Makes an emphatic statement, then goes and fights. Um, Israel doesn't even have a fight lined up. No, he just lost. Never mind. Maybe it's him, or not, because next week we got Robert Whittaker versus Kelvin Gastelum. Dude, I don't know about you guys, but this is a fight that I was super, super, super excited for. What, 2018 or 2019? I'm going to say 2018. 2018, they were supposed to fight. They were scheduled to fight. It was going to be a huge fight, but then Robert Whittaker had it pulled out. Happened again. Robert Whittaker had it pulled out. This is while he was champ. He was supposed to fight Kelvin Gastelum, and unfortunately, it never happened, and that was a fight that, was kind of like a Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. I always wanted to see it, but we didn't get it. But now we're getting it. Also because someone had to pull out of his fight too. Who the fuck had to pull out of that fight? I forget who had to pull out of that one. Anyway, that's going to be Robert Whittaker for Kelvin Gastelum. I can't wait. I'll go into the details on that one for next Friday Fight Cast. I'm not going to do it this one, but that's for the next one. Another fight that I want to talk about is also Leon Edwards is fighting Nate Diaz, surprisingly. Now, Leon Edwards is on a 9-fight winning streak, and he's fighting Nathan Diaz. Nathan Diaz is known for being just a dog in fights. He doesn't get finished. He's in there to win it from pillar to post. I mean, he's in your face, creating the pressure, getting in there, not afraid to take you to the ground and submit you. I mean, all of his skills really, they complement each other. He's not necessarily striking with you to take him to the ground. He's not trying to take you to the ground because he can't strike with you. He's mixing them all well together. This dude's a genius. He's a really good fighter, and he has the power to fight whoever the fuck he wants because so many people call him out. And now he's fighting the number 3 ranked guy in the welterweight division, coming off of a loss. But does it really matter all that much when it comes to Nathan Diaz? Probably not. And the fight, he was still in the fight. The fight got called because he had a cut above his eyebrow, right up there, and it was against Jorge Masvidal. Jorge, however, is fighting for the title. Is that crazy? So is it really that bad that he's up there fighting? I don't think so. I think, especially for Leon, he's going to be getting good money. Diaz is going to be getting good money. I mean, all these people, I'm telling you that there's once you get to a certain point in the fight game where you can just call your shots and get paid big bucks, it doesn't matter if you get a win or loss. It doesn't matter. What matters is people want to watch you fight. That's the whole Conor McGregor effect. It's the Mike Tyson effect. It's the John Jones effect. Some people don't think that John Jones is a draw, but he fucking is, dude. He's been fighting for so long, winning for so long, undefeated. I can't wait to see him fight Ngannou. They need to make that like today. They need to sign that fight today and just advertise the shit out of that. Make that fight happen at Fight Week. What is it called? International Fight Week. That's what it is. Or maybe the end of the year, man. Have it happen at the end of the year. Have it happen in like December or something. I can't wait to see it happen. I'm super excited. But anyway, those are my predictions for tomorrow's fights. I'm hoping I can watch Bellator tonight. I'm pretty excited that it's even on. Really excited that it's even on. Make sure you check out PFC, Peoria Fight Club. Go out to Club Truth. I don't think they're having fights this weekend over some personal issues, which totally understand. But they are a great organization. They're doing their best for their community. They're creating avenues of approach that you wouldn't normally have in a very hostile environment. So support them. The energy is great out there. It's an amazing time. Support Team 2 Strong, always. And let's see, who else do I got to give a shout out to? Oh, Nick Sky. All right, so I got a cool story about Nick Sky. Nick Sky, if you don't know, He's a musician that I interviewed about 2.5 weeks ago. He's makes all his own music. Like he records it, produces it, writes it, records all the instruments for it, and he just recorded a music video. Sent me the music video. I got to watch it. Woo, woo, woo. It'll be debuted on here probably a month from now once they finish making all the edits. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's to show you guys. It's gonna be a cool time. But that's gonna be my Wednesdays, my performance Wednesdays. This is a Friday fight cast. I have my Monday weekend recap, and I have my performance Wednesdays that I do. But I think I'm gonna start switching it up. I think I'm gonna start doing these in the morning. I love doing them in the evening. Don't get me wrong, but I love doing them in the evening when I couldn't do anything at all. You know what I mean? When Corona was a huge fucking thing and you couldn't even go out anymore or go out to lunch and or dinner and have drinks with friends or meet up and go do something, play outside, you know. I love doing them in the evening when that was primarily the thing. Now it's everything's being lifted. I want to start doing them in the morning so I can have my evenings and still bring you content. So don't be surprised if I start switching it up and start having some morning podcasts. So thank you so much. Again, April 11th, that's this Sunday. Go to Allie Ann's. I'll be there playing music, singing, jamming, doing my best to bring a smile to your face with a drink in your hand. All right, I'm out of here. Adios, sayonara, and goodbye.